talk myself out of my limitations, talk myself out of where I was born and where I'm coming from. I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up in Ajigula, in Lagos. And I came to Port Harcourt when I was about 10. All right, grew up a very shy person, low self-esteem. I would rather cry than speak. I would know the answer to a question in class, but I would pass it on to my neighbor. I would not speak. So shy, so shy, so shy. Today, I'm looking for a stage filled with people. Sorry, not a stage. I'm looking for a stadium to speak to people, to pour my heart. Oh yes, I'm ruthlessly looking for, a large audience that I can just share with and motivate them. But like my verse said, it added an extra word there. He said, motivate and inspire. So I think that's what sets me apart. Once again, my name is EMILY Wale Koya. I'm a mom of 3. My daughter was here not long ago, and she's 8. When she was leaving, she goes, do well, okay? I trust you. I'm telling you, my sister looked at her like, just say that. And she wants to be an entrepreneur as well. At first, when she mentioned being an entrepreneur, my husband goes like, you see what you're posting, right? You see what you're doing? This girl's supposed to be reading her books and studying, but now she wants to be an entrepreneur, right? Okay, they are giving me some signals at the back. What's up? Okay. Okay. All right. My story. Where do I start? Let me tell you what I'm currently working on and how I got to where I am now, and I'm also going to tell you where I am headed in life. Think, act, become. 3 words that it's the totality of everything. Every successful person that we know, that we will know, the ones to come, the disruptors, the dominators, every kind of person that is successful, that the world will pay attention to, I think these 3 things describes them. It starts in your mind. And for me, that's where it actually started. In church. Again in church. One day my pastor, yes, in church. In church. I've been told so many times to take God away from my posts on Instagram. Talking God. And I posted something last month and somebody attacked me. She said, everything you said, I like it, it's good. But this Jesus part you said, I don't agree. And she went, and I was like, why? She said, I don't want to go all what on your timeline or on your feed. But I think everybody can become what they want to become and who they want to become, even without Jesus. And I told her, you're very correct. But like Pastor said, I'm ahead as a child of God. I don't have to become a child of God and I will still win. But I can run faster as a child of God. Because I can leap over a wall as a child of God. I can run, my speed is faster than the ordinary person who doesn't know God. This is my own belief. And this has guided everything that I have done in life. I wrote my first book, ebook. Anybody know what an ebook is? Yes. I'm sure we all do know what an ebook is. I wrote my first ebook because I create digital products. That's how I make money. I sell online courses, I sell ebooks, I offer coaching, I run webinars. People pay for my webinars. Webinars are not supposed to be paid for. They do it for free. Well, my own, they pay me. For mine, I get paid to run webinars, right? I was talking about 6-figure webinars, 6-figure courses, 6-figure ebooks, okay? I wrote my first ebook with a 4-month-old baby. My last child, she's 2 years now. She was 4 months. We got in from the US. I went to have her in the US, and we didn't come back to Nigeria from the US. We ran away, right? We couldn't afford another month's rent. This was in 2016, not some long story. And that was when the dollar, it just went, it was overboard. So $1 was like 500 or something there. My husband said, have you born the baby? We're going home. So usually when I go to the US have my baby, I stayed 6 months in full, but this time around it was 1 month. And so we came back. And we came back to, I remember the sentence I told my husband. I said, babe, this is like, we're starting, it's like we just married. Like we are using our last money to wed. We are just starting this marriage because we were broke. We were dead broke, like dead broke. You know, when wife broke, husband broke, join. It's bad. You know, a woman can be broke, no problem, but she can lean on the husband. But this time, we were together in this ship. So it was bad. Who am I going to go to now? Who? Another man? What am I going to do? All right? So we were really broke and things got bad. That was the first time where I saw or experienced a husband and a wife fighting. Not physical fight now, but fighting mentally. We're fighting. It was invisible, but we're fighting. We couldn't see it. We couldn't box each other, but we're fighting. It was the first time I was experiencing it, and it was because of the absence of money. I've been hearing it, but this was the first time that I was experiencing it myself. Gone. I said, I don't enter. It was painful. It was painful. I was saying, you should have money. Your mates have money. He was saying, you finished my money. I'm serious. He wasn't telling me, but that's what I was sensing. Those are the vibrations or signals he was sending to me. If not for you and these children, I would have had money. And sometimes he used to say that if I was single, I would have been flexing. And I would tell him, if you were single, you wouldn't have had this family. We laugh about it, but you know, it was hard. And so my husband is a very straight color person, very, we work yourself, you know, just, this is a job we know, this is a job we will finish. You know, he didn't know any other thing to do, so it was hard. So I started seeing myself as the person who could get out of the box. I was so keen on helping my family. I was so keen on bringing extra funds, not waiting for him. I was very keen, very keen. And so I got in contact with, I began to understand digital products, creating them, and that they didn't cost anything to put together. I had a laptop. And so I said, okay, I can write an ebook. And so I carried my baby, I put her here, you know, I'm a right-handed person. I would breastfeed her on this side. She was about 4 months, and I would type. I wrote an ebook in 5 days. I could print that book, really. An ebook is not different from a physical book. It's the same thing. It's just that we don't print it. So I could print that book, but I didn't print it. And I wrote it in 5 days. I edited it myself. I didn't have money. So I didn't get professional editor or any of those things. I got somebody to do a cover for me. And then while I was writing the book, somebody watched the video that I had done on Facebook. And the person called me and said, she wants to work with me, something. Already I'm a self-taught coach, right? I'm not certified, I'm trained. Okay? I'm qualified by Christ, and so I get trained on the job. And so now I certify people, I train them. Okay, guys? And this whole thing starts here. It starts here. I'm constantly, if I see someone who's ahead of me, I'm like, Holy Spirit, I gotta get ahead. I have to be ahead. This is my call. I have to, not because I'm competitive, not because I'm envious, but because I know my rights. I know my design. That I'm supposed to be the best. And the best means I have to be that way. Okay? So I wrote my book, and the lady called, and she went, I watched the video, I want to work with you, something. I had coaching fees, even if nobody had paid yet, but I had coaching fees. The mindset thing. You got to prepare for where you're going. So you prepare your coaching fees because you know somebody's going to come for coaching. They haven't come today, but they're going to come in the future because you're working on it. Right? So she called and I told my fees, and she said, it's expensive, I can't pay something. I said, oh, it's fine. And she goes, what other products do you have? And I told her, I have an ebook. Trust me, I was still writing the book. I don't think I was even done. And she goes, I'll buy it. How much? Thank you. Immediately she paid into my account. I was on my dining table that day, and I told my husband, someone just paid for a book. I've not even finished writing. And I made that money, and I've sold that book. I've sold thousands of copies of that particular book. I've written a second ebook that is selling constantly. The beauty about digital products, let me tell you, while I'm sitting down here, by the time I pick up my phone with my assistant, I might have made some money from Instagram. Somebody will click a link there and go buy a book, an online course, or something. I put people in a WhatsApp group in 2016 when we were really broke. In a WhatsApp group, I filled up the group with 256 persons with Facebook advert, and I taught them for free. I taught them how to turn your passion to profit. I tested a bit of passion to profit, so I knew I could teach people. If you have a little extra knowledge that the ordinary person doesn't have, you are God. Not God like God in heaven. You are God, small God. You are God. That's actually who you are. That's actually who you are. And so I put them in a WhatsApp group, and I taught them how to turn passion to profit for 2 days. My mother-in-law, when I told her I'm teaching them the next day, she goes, for free? And I'm like, yes. She said, you'd have charged them 1,000 naira at least. You would have made 256,000 naira. And I'm like, when she said it got to me, I was like, that's true. But that wasn't what I was after. I put them in that group, and at the end of the teaching, I made $1 million+ selling a 25K recording, audio recording. I called it an online course then because I thought it was. A recording, I put our audio together in some studio in Abuloma, Dr. Roy's studio. Afi Douglas directed me there. And so I recorded it, so I'm calling his name so you know if he's here, he's gonna confirm. I didn't even have money. And I put it together and I sold it to the people in the WhatsApp group. And 30 something of them bought that program, and one person paid for a one-on-one coaching at 150K. And I made $1 million+. I was in the house on my phone. That Samsung phone was like, what was left for me to frame the phone? I said, this one, I'll carry you and tell this story everywhere. So I was sitting at home, and my husband was like, are they paying you? This thing don't turn like scam. I said, then they pay. Me say, if I don't they shake. Then they pay. And they paid. And the audio was digital. I didn't have to put in a CD, burn it or whatever. They could just get it from my school. Today, as it stands, I've done a lot since 2016 to where I am now. And as it stands right now, I'm currently working on my EdTech company. My sister and I were talking about this. I told him EdTech yesterday, and he goes, Mom, it's EduTech. I said, no, it's EdTech. And he says, it's EduTech. I said, yeah, am I wrong? So we went to Google to check, and we first checked EdTech, and I was correct, and then we checked EduTech, and it was also correct. So whichever word, right, we use is the same thing. I'm building an EdTech company. Basically, what I'm saying is, I'm building an online academy, an online school where people, Nigerians, Africans, I have Cameroonians, I have Australians who pay for my courses. They can actually get on my site, into my school, and take a course. Take a mini course on anything, Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, building a personal brand, whatever it is. They can take it. And while they are doing that, I could be anywhere in this world doing anything that I am doing, and I could be making money. Now, I sell courses for $37K, $100 and above, but this is a new movement that I'm starting. It's a course. I don't know if I'm right with the pronunciation. I always don't think I'm right. CAUSE. I'm on a course now, right? And so those courses that we sell for 37K, we're going to be selling it for 3,000 naira. Now, a lot of people that I've been telling are not even sure I'm doing the right thing. But let me tell you why I'm doing this. The world will pay attention to you when you solve problems. The world, CNN will pay attention to you when you solve problems. If I just come and do an EdTech company or an online school, an online academy that is like everything everybody else is doing, nobody's going to pay attention to me. And I'm not seeking for attention from CNN, but I'm seeking for the platform that CNN will give me because it's going to bring me to the rest of the world. And influence is power. Leadership is influence. And when I have that, I can do a lot with it. If I'm not going to go there because this is not church. If it was church, I would have said this very proudly now, but this is not church. This is not church. But guys, on a serious note, so my EdTech company, we have projections, financial projections. This is what we're going to make in so and so number of months. This is what we can make every single month. Selling a 3K course or even selling a 1,000 naira ebook and driving traffic to that product or to that material. I mean, thousands of people buying that material every single month. What am I teaching them? Is this anything new? What am I teaching people? Is this anything new? There are people that know Instagram marketing more than I don't even do Instagram marketing. But because I'm always willing and ready to learn, it makes my life easier. So the foundation for all of this is how you think. And if something is in the Bible, there's no need to argue. As a man thinketh, so he is. There's no need to argue. It's just the way it is. As a man thinketh, as a man thinketh. As a man thinketh. When God told Abraham, as far as your eye can see, he was just trying to mess with his thought. If Abraham thought himself limitless, he wouldn't be able to see as far as his eye could see. But because God was messing with his thought, he told him, be limitless, open your mind. There was no end to the land God was showing him. Right? So it's your thoughts. In Africa here, a lot of us, I train business owners a lot. On Sunday, I was speaking to about 300 cake business owners, and I told them, guys, you think the cake industry is saturated? Everybody said yes, and I've heard that a lot. But I told them, you know what, wait, a disruptor is coming. You haven't seen anything yet. A disruptor is coming in your industry. What you should do is to ensure that you position yourself to be that person. Because somebody's thinking. And when that disruptor comes, what they are trying to say is that all of you are not thinking. I thought. I used my mind. Everything that God made, God gave a defense mechanism. For the snakes, he gave them their tongue to hiss, to spit. For the birds, he gave them wings. For the lion, he gave them they can roar. Everything God made, he gave a defense mechanism. For human beings, it's your brain. You have to think. You have to think. You have to think. Chimamanda said the thing around your neck, you have to take it off. You have to take it off. That's my greatest asset or strength. My thoughts, the way I think, the way I think, the way I think. I always say if you put a Harvard graduate beside me, they're going to think I'm the Harvard grad, and I'm going to think that person went to UST. Because I went to UST. No, I'm sorry, but I went to UST. And it wasn't a school that I loved. At some point, when my teachers are teaching, or the lecturers, I would be like, I can teach them this thing they're teaching me. What is this now? But guys, let me tell you what I'm trying to say. Everything that I'm saying here, it's your thought process. If your mental capacity is on point, you can get anything done. If your mental capacity, if the way you think is on point, you can get anything done. If it is not on point, then you're never going to go far. How are you thinking? That for me, it's my thoughts. I'm always using my thoughts. So last Saturday, I was with my husband, and he was pressing his phone, I was pressing my phone. I'm always on the phone because I'm building an audience on Instagram. In about 6 months, I grew from 3K to 11,000 followers on Instagram. And by December, my target is to do 50K followers. For some people, this is not something for them to worry about. But for me, coming from nobody knew me to where I am right now, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. That I get DMs all the time, people praising me and praying for me. It's a big deal. People telling me I should have committed suicide, but I watched your video and I did not. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. I could die right now just hearing that. I'm okay. I'm okay. So I was with my husband and we're pressing the phone. We're pressing the phone and he was talking. He was telling me land, property, let's buy. Oh yeah, we were talking. And I was like, there's something I started doing on Instagram on Saturday. It's called Small Business Saturday. And I was like, okay, I was going to move it to Monday so that Monday is a new week. People need that motivation. So let them come sell under my post. You see, let me tell you, one of the ways that I jumped from 3K to 11K was this thing. And simply, it was about me serving people, thinking about ways that I can help more people instead of thinking of how I can get their money. When I help you, I can get your money. It's easy for you to say, take, because I've helped you. I've given you value. This has to do with your way you think. A lot of us here in this part of the world, we work on what we call the merchant mentality. It's a sell thing. But the 21st century entrepreneur, it's a serve thing. Because when you serve, that's what Jesus did. And today, he's the Lord of Lords. Nobody can compete. He came to serve us. He came to serve us. I mean, you and I have never seen Jesus. But we're in church and we're crying. And really, we're crying from our heart. We don't even know him. We never saw him. We never even see where they buried him. How did Jesus become so influential? Because his influence has broken on every one of us. Even those that don't believe he's God, they know him. They know him. So you and I can take cue from that. He came to serve. Serve, that's what he did throughout. And so my husband and I were talking, and I moved the thing to Monday, and so I was stuck for what I was going to do on Saturday. What am I going to do on Saturday? So I was thinking, what am I going to do on Saturday? How do I get to be more visible to people on Instagram? How do I get to reach more people? How do I get my brand to be known? This is Saturday, I have to do something. And my husband was talking back to me. I said, babe, I got to think. Holy Spirit, I need to talk to me. Because I always fall back to the Holy Spirit. Oh my God, I can't do anything without him. I always fall back. And so I was telling my husband, babe, you're talking, I have to think. And he was talking. I said, okay, I'm going to get into the toilet. I went into my toilet and shut the door. And immediately with my phone, I held the phone. I was going to go to Google. And I was like, Holy Spirit, I need you to tell me something I should do today that's going to make my brand known by a lot more people. And I got answers. Oh my God. I got answers. And I went and said, babe, God is faithful. I got answers. You see, most of us take God away from our businesses, but not me. Not me. He's the reason why I'm in the business. And I was talking to my sister and I was telling you we're fine-tuning because I'm a business person. So when God gives me an idea, I have to strategize. Because I'm an entrepreneur, right? I have to strategize, I have to think about it and let it process. And so I was talking to her, I said, Gift, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do this. This is what we're going to do. And everything I'm sharing with you here, because Chima is standing there, is about the way you think. You think it, you take a step, even the tiniest step. One tiny step every day. Consistency is the name of the game. Every day, one tiny step. And soon, you will become. Your mistakes, you've heard that saying that your mistakes, you can turn those mistakes into something that the world currently is paying attention to mistakes. People who have been able to turn their mistakes to a message. The world is paying, Richard Quest is coming for us. Oh, and I'm positioning myself for that. And like I said, it's not about the attention per se, it's about the platform. Because CNN is global. And so when they beat me, more people are going to get to know me, and I'm going to lead them back to my maker. Thank you so much for having me. God bless you.